Hey guys, it's William. I hope you're enjoying this little short Q&As and information I'm dishing out for you guys to help you rank your Google My Business, to help you rank in Google My Business. So another way that we can optimize your Google My Business, if you've ever seen it, and we can also use this to optimize your website. We do them both. But for example, let's say Roofer Orlando, Roofer Tampa, wherever. Let's say Roofer in Tampa, Florida. And if you've ever went to a GMB, you'll notice down here, usually they got question and answers. Has any question and answers been put out? And in this case, nothing, right? Nothing. So how do we optimize question and answers? Well, one cool way I like to do it is through Local Viking. Local Viking, let's take, for example, let's just take any one of these. Inside Local Viking, we can go over here to on the left-hand side where it has the Q and A's. After I choose my location, I go to Q and A, and then I could literally ask a question or add a question. I could do bulk uploads of a bunch of questions via a CSV file. Okay, and then once that question happens, I can then go in and answer that question. I can click on it and answer it. Okay. So how do I get these questions? Well, real simple. I go to Quora and I go, what the hell are people asking? I want to know, what are people asking? What are they wanting to know? That's one area. Then I can also go to this little thing we like to call Google search. And I go, for example, sod installation in St. Louis. And I go, what are other people asking? It tells you people are also asking. And I could develop answers based off of this information using Conversion AI. Like Conversion AI, and I'm going to give you the whole shebang. All right, we're going to give you the whole kit and caboodle how we do this. So tool number one, go to Quora. We're going to type in sod installation. And we're going to hit search for sod installation. And Quora is going to spit out all these different questions. How do I know when it's okay to cut my grass first time after having sod installed? What is better, planting new grass or installing sod? Should new sod look brown or dead when installed? All these different questions. Now, how can I get all these questions and then develop answers off them so it'll be unique and I can put it on a facts section of my website and on other subsequent pages? And also, how can I use this to optimize my website or my GMB? So I scroll all the way down, as many as possible. Scroll all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down as much as possible. You get about 30 or 40 of them. All right. So I've scrolled pretty far down. Then I scroll all the way back up. And then I go to this handy dandy little tool right here. Right. And it is called Launch Simple Scraper. You can get this off of Chrome extensions. It's called Launch Simple Scraper. Right. And then I click scrape this website. And then I click the plus sign to add property. Then I click over the question just like this. And it just scraped the entire website. Now I click on the check mark up here. And I hit view results, and I have now 57 different questions from from Quora, and I can use them for facts as well as to optimize my Q&A on my Google My Business. So now once we have it, we hit download CSV. I download the CSV. Now those are my facts. Now, how am I going to use this to develop answers, if you will? So what I do is I go, for instance, I go here and here's the question. I grab this question and I go over to Conversion AI, right? And there are all types of little things in here we could do, you know, review responder and answer questions and all types of stuff like this one, engaging questions, This is your multiple question and answer. There's all types of things you could do, right? Your poll questions. There are just multiple things you could do. You could go review response, long form assistance, different things like that. You could go to blogs, right? Introduction, content improver. And then we could take this and then we can spin it. And then we can also, for example, write some content. If we want to write a blog intro paragraph, let's say I want it, after having sod installed or whatever you want to do, and then you just write the content. They have a lot of different templates in here, and I'd encourage you to go in here and come up with them. Go in here to your templates and look around. Blog post ideas, explain it to a child, headlines, creative story, content improver, product description, all types of stuff that you could use, especially if you Google My Business, answering reviews, testimonial helpers, review responder, blog posts, subject lines, all the stuff. But the one I want to talk to you today about is called Core Answers. So, for instance, if I drop this question in here, how do I know when it's okay to cut my grass after having sod installed? Right? Information included in the answer is we're going to include sod installation St. Louis, right? Because I want the keywords in my answer and in my question. You put St. Louis or just that, and then you're going to hit, come up with the content, and it's going to spit out 3 different types of content for me, or 3 different types of answers. And then I could put that corresponding information on my CSV sheet. So, answer. You can judge by looking at the new root growth. It's okay to cut your grass after sod installation as long as you give it time to establish roots. When you install new sod, and it goes on and answers. So now I can fill my GMB on a Q&A, for example. Let's go to Google My Business. You could do it in Local Viking, or you can do it in the back end of Google My Business. I prefer, if you will, the back end of Viking because it's much easier. But for example, if I wanted to ask question and answers, you would have them in here. And also in Local Viking, which we've already showed you. If you go into Local Viking, you have them there as well. Right here, question and answers. If you go into your GMB and you do not have them in your GMB, then it's very plausible that you do not have access to them in your specific category. Most categories will have them, but let's say, for example, this category, you'll have reviews in here, you have info in here, but if you don't have question and answers, it's just because you don't have them. But the other place you can do, what you'll have happen is when someone asks a question, and here's how you do it, and I'll show you. If you do it the non-Local Viking way, it's much harder. But for example, on this one, you see this button right here. If you don't have Local Viking, you would go to your listing and you would hit ask a question, and then you ask your question. And then that gets populated here, and then you go into another Google account and answer the question. But with Local Viking, I don't have to do that. I can do all that from the back end on Local Viking. On Local Viking, I can choose whatever I want. You can go to Q&As, ask questions in here, and answer the questions. Okay? And then I do the thumbs up. I always do my thumbs up when I have the questions and answers. I hope this helps, because you could take this and put it on a facts section. For example, we could take this and go, sod installation facts, right? And if you go to most websites, they have like this one, it has a facts section. It's not that much, but with the method I just gave you, you can come up with hundreds of different facts and populate them on your website and populate them inside your GMB. I hope this helps you guys, and I appreciate if you have any questions, drop them inside the group.